Hey, this is Daphne with your DS Leadership Weekly. I hope you've had a great week. It is Friday. That is when you get the newsletters. I wanted to send you this quick message. My thoughts this week on collaboration. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever felt like you have 15 things going on and you're coordinating with 15 other people, you are not alone. And it never has been more true in organizations that we're cross-functional more and more and working on multiple projects with multiple groups and stakeholders at the same time. So I'm just about ready to kick off a group with one of my clients, and I thought it'd be really helpful to share some tips that I've learned along the way around this idea of collaboration and when you're working on task force or committees, things that aren't ongoing, like your team, right, where you're working on projects. So a couple things. One, do your best to establish, like, how long are we going to be meeting for? How long is our group going to be together? Now, I can't even predict all that with the current group, but I did say, initially we're going to meet this many times for this long, and we will reevaluate where we're at that point. Two, establish the reason that you're together. What is the decision that you're there to make? And this is and maybe it's a product launch or something of that nature too. But why are you getting together? Why do you need all these people together? And what's the decision that needs to be made? And then third, really knowing what the priorities are of the committee. So although you might know why you're together, what are the other 2 or 3 things that need to happen? Another tip, know the skill sets of the people that are on the committee. And this is really helpful. So having people type up just a few words if you don't know all their skill sets, but why are they there and what do they have to offer the group? Because everybody probably does have something to offer the group. I think these little tips are helpful. And then the last piece is remembering that everyone is also working on 4 or 5 or 6 other projects with other people too. So really having a sense of the scope of the work that others are responsible for. And boy, if you are the organization's leader, really having a sense of that as well. How many people, how many task force or committees do we have going on here as best we can? Or if you're the department head and you know that those are happening, getting a sense of that from people can be really helpful because you'll start to understand where people's time and energy might be being spread too thin, such that maybe they can't meet the needs of their own direct team that they're on if they're being pulled into these other projects. So few tips for you on collaboration. Collaborating with people is super fun. I do it with my team all the time on projects, and it's great, and it's helpful to understand what we all have going on at one time too, and to remember that it's also really fun and we can get more done together than we can as individuals. So that's your DS Leadership Weekly. That's your leadership tip for the week, if you will. And I look forward to being with you next week in our next newsletter. And also want to really thank you again for subscribing. And I hope this is helpful to you. And some big announcements are on the way, by the way. So stay tuned for that. All right. See you soon.